Greetings and hallucinations to all you folks out there. It is time for a Seton's game, and an incredibly high rank Seton's at that. We've got some brilliantly good players in here, mixed in with a couple of low rank players. Hopefully this will be an interesting game, and we might see some funny collapses due to the fact that there are masters and apprentices in the same game. Let's run over the slots real quick, and then we'll jump directly into the action. On the southern team, we've got Kosher as Seraphim in the beach slot. VMC Sneke. I'm not sure how to pronounce that name. He has been around for a long time. I should know that. I'm going to call him VMC. If anybody knows the correct pronunciation, please let me know, and I'm sure you will. He is taking Aeon in the air slot. Frozen Bite going front as UEF. And finally, the almighty Voodoo, Cybern Navy from the Rock. On the northern side, we have Don't Be Sexless, the most confused gentleman of the group. He is going to be UEF on the beach. And Chaiwala, that is an interesting name, Aeon in the air slot. Galactic Fear is going to be covering the Rock position as Cybern. And then a Cybern front, that is Necron. A lot of love for Cyber in this game. We'll have to see how this goes. Alright, Kosher versus Galactic Fear. Voodoo versus Don't Be Sexless. The only one that looks very imbalanced is VMC versus Chaiwala. But there may be something that I don't know here because Chaiwala's build looks reasonably good for an air start. So he may be a competitive player. Let's go ahead and bump up the speed here, and we will see where this game takes us. Hopefully not to turtly places, because Seton's does that a lot. So I can understand when a cast like this starts, about half of you are screaming in exultation and rejoicing in the fact that there is finally a Seton's cast with the most brutal of Tech 1 bombers. Holy cow, that hurt to watch. Eliminating the initial base expansion engineer. That is going to cripple Necron. That is horrible. That is just the worst thing that you could possibly do to the other team. Ah, my goodness. This is not going to end well for poor white person here. Necron. Alright, the other half of you are groaning in absolute agony because, unfortunately, you're going to have to sit through an extended period of grinding, teching, and basically playing SimCity on a large map. So, Necron actually did a reasonably good job of claiming what reclaim he could. He has snagged 6,100 reclaim compared to the 49 for his opponent, so he has done his team well. Unfortunately, he is far, far behind. 9 mass income versus 23 for Frozen Bite, and I am assuming that he is going to die quite quickly because there are tanks and artillery and all manner of nasty things descending upon his ACU, and that is never a good thing to have happening. Alright, Voodoo is pushing out a Tech 1 bomber and a sub for early naval denial. He can hopefully nail that engineer with his bomber. That is a Tech 2 starting on that factory, and when the sub gets over there, it will kill the factory. So, that is going to be a net win for Voodoo. Kudos to him. Galactic Fear is dropping here for his naval build. Kind of a common tactic. Necron actually got away. He has dived into the water. He is running away from the swarm of units, and hopefully he can get his own units online fast enough, although Galactic Fear is actually taking care of the problem by pushing some Tech 1 bombers to help his buddy out. What do you know? There is actually team play taking place on Seton's. What is the world coming to? I think we may be in for an apocalypse tonight. Alrighty, got an artillery drop from the mighty Galactic Fear. Always the harassing player, able to dominate the Seton's landscape. The last game that I watched Galactic Fear play in, he basically played all 4 slots from Rock on Rock Eco, which was absolutely hysterical and astounding at the same time to watch. He is going to cripple his opponent's expansion right here, right now, with these Medusas, darting them about randomly to dodge any incoming fire, and he is going to kill off the land factory right there and take care of that eco as well. Very well done, Galactic. And he is going to continue streaming bombers across Necron needs to reclaim these subs. That's what he needs to do, but Galactic Fear is not only going to save his base, he is going to save his ACU as well. So, Necron, you are forever indebted to Galactic Fear. You must serve as at his feet as the front player in all of his future Seton's games, and you must forward all available mass to him as fast as you possibly can. Got a frigate trying to deal with these artillery down here. Unfortunately, it is hitting the ground, so those Medusas are going to continue to rain destruction and fire and brimstone down upon that beach expansion. The rest of these guys have looked like they've fairly well settled in. Voodoo is covering his front player very nicely with a cruiser, good for air denial from any early strat bombers that might come about, and also a good support unit with his direct fire cannon to help clear out the units in front of Frozen. Frozen, I believe, has a combat ACU. Let's go ahead and slow down and check. Oh! I have more important things to look at the moment, but we will go ahead and zoom in nonetheless. Yes, that is a gun ACU. Now back to what we all really want to be watching. Kosher has decided that life is not worth living unless he can live it in Galactic Fear's base. He is jealous of the real estate. Beach always gets the raw end of the deal against the rock players, and you know what? He's had enough of it. Galactic Fear, get the hell out of the building because I want my rock back. Galactic Fear is down. The giant has toppled and front has fallen as well. Kosher has done a fantastic job of flipping this game upside down. He's got cover from VMC, who is significantly ahead of Shaiwala in air. And then we've got Tech 2 gunships coming over from this side. Kosher is getting awfully low on health, but I think he will actually survive this. Getting a land factory put down. He's going to start building engineers and covering his own butt, regardless of how well the enemy team does it. And the entire other team is going to rage quit. That is fantastic. Possibly the fastest Seton's game ever played. Voodoo crushed his opponent in Navy. Front absolutely rolled thanks to Kosher pushing out that Tech 1 bomber. And then Kosher obliterated Galactic Fear's face clean off of his ACU. Alrighty guys, there it is. A Seton's cast completed in under 10 minutes. You are welcome for not wasting a ton of your lives, and hopefully you found this cast at least mildly entertaining. That is going to be it for this game, it for this cast, and thank you so much for watching. You guys are great. I will see you in the next one.